Hi, this is Josh Watson, the adult education pastor at Whitestone. I just wanted to share a quick thought, something that I was thinking about recently. As we all know, Good Friday and Resurrection Sunday are coming up very soon. Just take a moment and look at these verses. In Matthew 26:56, it says, "Then all the disciples deserted him," Jesus, "and fled." It says the same thing in Mark 14:50. "Then everyone deserted him and fled." And then in John 16:32, "Behold, the hour is coming, indeed it has come, when you will be scattered, each to his own home, and you'll leave me alone." That's when they arrested Jesus. And then still, a few days later, on the day of Jesus' resurrection, the disciples were still hiding for fear of the Jews. It says in John 20, verse 19, "On the evening of that first day of the week, when the disciples were together with the doors locked for fear of the Jews." So disciples basically quarantined themselves inside of their homes because of fear. They feared the Jews. They were in lockdown. They were afraid that what happened to Jesus might also happen to them. But it wasn't just fear, it was also sadness and confusion. They thought Jesus was going to set himself up as king. But now he's dead. He's gone. It's over. In Luke 24, two followers of Christ said, "But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel." In other words, I guess not. Now what? Where is he? But what's going on? That was the mood of the disciples and all the followers of Christ at that time. But then something changed. Jesus rose from the dead. He's alive now. And he has a plan for something better through all this. And the disciples realized then, wait, he talked about this while he was still alive, but we didn't pay attention close enough. Later, Jesus ascended to heaven and he sent the Holy Spirit to fill them, the disciples. So now they're filled with the Holy Spirit. And from that point on, they're no longer scared. They're no longer depressed, and they become powerful witnesses for Christ. Now think about it. This is how a lot of us feel right now. We're quarantined in our houses. Some of us are filled with fear as to what might happen. Will we die from this? Others of us are sad or depressed. Where is God? What's going on? Where did he go? But the two things that encourage the disciples can also encourage us. Number one, pay closer attention to what God has said. Get serious and read the Bible. He's talked about these things happening. Don't be surprised like the disciples. We will have trouble in this world. Have you not read? That's a phrase that Jesus says about 10 times in the Gospels. He expects us to read his word. And number two, let God's Spirit fill you. Surrender to him in prayer. Abide in him. Ephesians 5:18, it says, "Be filled with the Spirit." I think if we focus on these two things, read his word and yield to his Spirit, then fear and depression will fade. And instead, we'll be filled with courage, we'll be filled with joy, and we'll become more powerful witnesses for Christ.